we are here. I sense it's rare, your eyes never blink, I can feel your death stare. Looking my over, and mentally I feel you're letting me keep the score up just like you mop the floor up. Conversations in the place that rules affairs. A whole universe is made in your single tear. No need to care, I refrain from going deep. It's for no need to care, I refrain from letting you sleep. Verbal possibilities between the sheets. But what about the people here lost in the streets? For every flower withers in the ghetto, this London winter blows. I cry for every pedal while feeling the benefit of every fresh sentimental. The single poem of a loss to a fellow. It's like a Shakespeare modernized. Give me the truth so I can realize. Living up in the moment, I'm breathing here trying to own it. I'm looking for my opponent, the mirrors and that I got it. The propaganda, the people, opposite of my soul. When I'm feeling so equal, I feel it's losing control. I think we're losing our soul. Think we're losing control. I think we're losing our soul. Think we're losing control. I think we're losing our soul. Think we're losing control. I think we're losing our soul. Think we're losing control. So, this human beings lost in the energy. No matter how I try this complex simplicity, I hate to feel the fact that you're never getting me. How convenient of an inconvenient truth. I'd rather write it all down and let it loose up in the booth. But tonight, my dear, I do it all here for you. Yeah, I do it all here for you. Yeah, I do it all here for you.
your soul. Love's the way to go. Let it feed your soul. Now you operate on a high frequency. Direct communication to your ancestry. There's no need to rely on false deities. The truth has always been inside you and inside. Oh, baby, the dimension inside of you and me. Oh, no, yeah, oh. Love's the way to go. Way to go. Let it feed your soul. Feed your soul. Love's the way to go. Way to go. Let it feed your soul. Feed your soul. Love's the way it goes. Way to go. Let it feed your soul. Feed your soul. Love's the way it goes. Way to go. Let it feed your soul. Failed to mention which dimension they trying to trap you in. You did. You see, the truth has always been written in your DNA, baby. Melanites, stand up. Get activated. Transcend. Ascend. Love's the way to go. Let it feed your soul. Love's the way to go. Let it feed your soul. Love's the way to go. Let it feed your soul. Love's the way to go. Let it feed your soul. Let the Kundalini chakra rise.
One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. I am His Lordship in the building. What's going on? What's going down? Sound check, sound check. Sound check. Yeah, sound check. Yeah, we live in the studio. I got my webcam on. So you might, get to see your boy. You know what I'm saying? And we hanging out. You know what I'm saying? It's movie night. And every now and then I like to do a movie marathon. You know, these little movie shorts that I produce myself. You say you can hear? All right, great. I love the feedback. You know, I'm surprised not too many people have made any documentaries about the Carbonation group. There was one documentary that was cool. I'm talking about as far as amateur, you know. There was a guy who actually sounded very professional. I don't know how amateur he is, but I think he did a documentary on Tommy Sotomayor, Nature Boy, and maybe possibly Hassan. You know what I'm saying? And he his editing was great. He sounded like a broadcaster. You know, it sounded like it was the Black 60 Minutes or the Black 2020. I was very impressed. I mean, most of it was all propaganda, but most of his stuff is propaganda. But it was really well done, really smooth. It sounds good? Great. ICBM in the building. All right. I think I know who that is. And great. Welcome to the show. You know what I'm saying? I recognize the ICBM part. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so his lordship got his camera on. I don't do it all the time, but I got some new equipment. You know what I'm saying? And let me see, what is this thing here? I'm picking it up. What is it? See this thing right here? This is my third gimbal. What is this? This is a Zoom Crane M2. And I remember when I used to see the Zooms out there, the Zooms, it's spelled Z, don't trust me, look, it's spelled crazy. It's like Z something, ZHIYUN. But this thing is awesome, okay? And they're not paying me to promote this, but this thing will hold your camera, your mirrorless camera, and it will hold your cell phone, and it will hold your GoPro. Isn't that amazing? This is my third gimbal, but all three of my gimbals are so unique that they don't really interfere with each other. I don't feel like I wasted my money, but technology gets better, but I'm pretty satisfied now. But yeah, this one gimbal can hold a phone or a camera or GoPro. This is amazing. And it does the vortex effect where when you hold it like this, it can spin in a 360 degree thing. So if you're trying to sell your car and you use a slider to slide the camera in, like the slide pod, it'll spin as it go in. It makes it look really cool in the video. And so yeah, I got the Lume Cube 2.0. I got the Zoom, and I just picked this up. This is the Canon M50 that I'll be using with that gimbal. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the Canon EOS 50. Pretty tight. Maybe I should turn on another light. I don't want to show too much of my studio, but basically I put it by the other monitor. You see there? It's the Canon. Now, one thing is cool is that when the screen flip out, you need a screen that flips out sideways, not up or down. See there? You need a screen that flips out. So if you want to vlog, you can always turn the screen around and see yourself. And if you want to shoot portrait, because you're shooting for, you're shooting for Instagram or something, you can always hold the camera that way and see yourself while you're vlogging. Now, those $2,000 or $3,000 cameras, the screen folds downward, which is retarded. If you want this camera to be a $3,000 camera, all you got to do is buy a lens, because the stock lens makes the camera only worth $710. But if you buy another lens, they give you a wider view. Your camera is instantly worth about $2,000 or $3,000. But anyway, there are people that's going to attempt to do documentary films. I don't know how you're going to do a documentary without using somebody else's footage, without using somebody's footage that you may not get along with. You're going to use somebody's footage that you may have talked shit about, and you didn't capture any footage of your own. Now, I'm just saying, like, if you're making a film about this code group or any other group, and you didn't take the time yourself to make a troll account or whatever and screen record yourself and do all the editing and make it your own, that's why I don't really get flagged, because I make material my own. But you're recording somebody else who's recording somebody else. People out there in these YouTube streets claim they was writing a book, but they can't read or comprehend. Now they claim that they're making a documentary, but of course, when you read the text on the advertising, it's poor grammar. There's no punctuations, proving that they cannot read or write. And then they're using someone else's graphics somebody else's music. And that just, leads me to another thing. You're not using license-free music. You're not using license-free imagery, pictures. So to prove that somebody else is wrong, and to prove that somebody else is a terrible person, and to prove that somebody needs to be wiped off the face of YouTube, not only YouTube, but incarcerated, you're going to break all kind of laws and civil rights and copyrights and trademarks just to prove your point. That's what I don't understand. How come when somebody violates someone's copyright, because I've been learning about music since I was 6. So I'm very familiar with ownership and people who wrote songs, like Scott Joplin, amazing piano player, amazing songwriter. When very few Negroes at the time could write sheet music, Scott Joplin went platinum with sheet music. He was in the World's Fair because he sold so much sheet music. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there, that now that I look back on my body of work that I've done under a different account about this group, I can see that a lot of work was put into it. And if I wanted to do a documentary, I would have to collaborate with the people that's on the front line of going after this cult. I couldn't do it alone. If I was going to do like a straight up documentary thing, I would have to seek the advice of people like Uncle Black, like World News, like The T, and a whole bunch of other people, even Ashay and Jazzy, even Young Pharaoh, even Sa Neter. I would have to do a lot of research and hope for the cooperation of others, because you can't do it alone. And when you're a person who has no skill in editing, data gathering, audio engineering, photography, graphic arts, and there's just no way, and you don't have a budget, there's just no way you're going to make a documentary without robbing and stealing from somebody else who has those abilities. You see what I'm saying? So let's switch over to, first let's roll that intro, and then we're going to switch over to the to the movies, okay? So let's roll that intro and see how it go. I think we got it. Here we go. So thank you for tuning in to His Lordship live stream.
Yeah, AK-47. 30 round. I thought, yeah, 30 round mag.
Now, this was a movie I did called Escape from Carbonation. So this is a short. Today you're going to see Escape from Carbonation. You're going to see about 6 films. But I think the high point is going to be Not So Innocent Aya, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. So anyway, let's get back to it.
They fucking pulled Grandmaster Chief out of the car as they blocked the road, and they tried to like skirt off one another. We recorded that too. They really tried to like dash off on us on some like Mario Kart type shit, like racing. Like they was gone, trying to like escape us, trying to ditch us. But we followed them, and we ended up going to their I don't know what to call it, their station.
Speeding like a motherfucker. Nah, they took Chief. We was getting in the car and they took Chief and put him in handcuffs for no reason. And they separated him and put him in that truck. So we gonna follow him to this police station.
Let me tell y'all something. Peace reflections, peace reflections. Check it out, right? I heard a little rumor going on saying that Vic is saying that Master Chief is not in jail and he's already home. That's not true. I'm not sitting here lying to you. We're not lying to you. This shit is serious. Why the fuck would we make a joke about Chief being in jail? That's the stupid shit.
Other than that, there's nothing wrong. There's no problem. Thought, man, these lies, it's just lies. The only 2 children here are babies. Yeah, keep putting hearts in the room. Just keep putting hearts in the room. No, let us in, man. Let us in, let us in. Gracias.
Why act like, you know, we're doing something wrong and make up things this important? That's period. Like,
famous person like Jay-Z or Nicki Minaj, you're always going to have a percentage of people that are going to hate on you and they're going to have something to say about you. Oftentimes, when these situations happen, people go and try to now is just trolls. That's simply it. You see what I'm saying? What the police have right now is just allegations of people saying things online. Nothing is nothing actually has any documents or any warrants out there. Trust me, I know. I had a warrant about it. You have a warrant, everybody knows about it. It's public. You can go online, you can find it. And in a foreign country, if we had a warrant, best believe that it would be on the news. Best believe that the U.S. Marshal will come with the squad and be taking, Chief down, or whoever had a warrant outside the country. It would be a political affair. What's happening right now is bogus. He's been held for 4 whole days. 4 whole days to have had any information. So now you know it's not true. It's not the truth. And he's going to get let out. So, all of y'all trolls out there who are making those videos, who are going and saying these allegations, you're working, you could have spent better time doing something with your life rather than going and getting into someone's personal business, trying to, sort of, what did you do? You did that. Why don't you say something positive? A lot of y'all out there are negative ass people, and that's all you project is negativity.
Listen, Reflection, share this video. share this message, broadcast this frequency. If you were in the position of the Honorable Master Chief Eligio, what would you want? Would you want to be sitting in a position where you have been falsely accused, where people have lied on you? Would you want to just be sitting in that position? You would want people to send their energy to do something about it, to speak out. We have an obligation. The trolls and their hatred and their negativity, their hatred for self, they have put him in this position, and now we have to use our love for self, our love for everyone that in different forms of ourselves.
Strong mindset. No matter how much pressure comes, I don't feel as if that pressure is more powerful than my ability to overcome it. I'm very serious. I'm very intense. My sun is in the 8th house. My Venus is in the 8th house, Scorpio. So, very intense. I like the pressure. I like the intensity. I like that some people run. I like it. I like being in sticky situations. I like being under pressure. I like having to make decisions real quick. I like being pushed to the brim. That's why I went to the military. That's why I succeeded in the military. Because where people got pushed to the brim and cracked and folded, I excelled. Oh, staying up for 24 hours, not eating for 24 hours, walking with 35 pounds on my back, running for 8 miles, 10 miles, 12 miles, in the freezing cold, in the rain, in the scorching heat. I like that shit. I like that shit. And what I'm telling you now is this is what determines whether or not you're a real person or you're
30 officers. They took our vehicle out of the gates and they escorted us. And they were like, if we weren't fucking cooperating, they would have beat us. This is Nicaragua, you know what I'm saying? This is some fucking foul ass shit. This is a corrupt ass system. They beat the fuck out of us.
And I want to expose you to yourself because you be possessed with a demon and don't even know it. Why? Why are you looking for something negative? Why everything you see, everything you say, everything is full of negativity? Because you are a low vibrational entity. You feed off of negativity, and that's what you are promoting. That's what you're trying to find. And that's what you're trying to put on me, but I ain't letting it happen. I'm gonna rebuke them demons. Y'all make fake pages and you troll people because you are literally, these people are literally devils, my nigga. They are demons. A devil don't do nothing but point out the negative in something. That's all that you can see because that's all that you are, and that's all that you can promote is negativity because that's what you are. You are a negative entity. You feed off it. That's what you live off, negativity. Drama, propaganda. Here's he said, she said. This is why these reality shows is coming out here. You love it. They love reality shows. People are actually making fake drama for y'all and getting paid for that. That becomes a hustle to make fake drama in these reality shows. That's not real. But y'all love the reality show. Now, leave them there, baby. Let them talk. I want them to see themselves. As you see the comments come up, you see negativity. Why? Because all they are negative. You're negative. You're on a negative vibration. You're demons. You're the devil's children. That's all you want is negative. You looking for something wrong. Oh yeah, this is what he is. That's what he is. Yeah, you looking for it. You lurking. That's because you are a devil. That's what you're devil children. You're here. That's what you love. That's why they got these reality shows where people acting like they mad at each other, fighting. They love to see drama. They love to see broken people. They love to see, they feed off that vibe. They feed off that negative ass energy, my nigga. But you're not going to last. You are not going to win. You don't win in the end. You're gonna lose. You're not gonna last. You're here temporarily. You're here temporarily. You will not win. You will not win. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. You fucking demons. I want everybody to know how these people are. They feed off of that. You see the numbers, the views go up and things get negative. Oh, they love it. These are the devil's children. They never around when things are positive. We got positive vibes all over the page. And no one's viewing that shit. But when it's negativity, oh, they feed off that. Oh, they love it. Drama. Negativity. We need it. What's going on with Don? What's going on with Velvet? They even call her by her lower self. They call her by her lower self. What's going on with Velvet? Yeah, they always call you by who you used to be. Right. They're like, what's going on with Velvet?
And when you start
Creepy bastards. You motherfuckers you know what I'm saying? And then when they, come on, let's go over there to Pops.
Right.
You fuck. These people are terrible. You gotta know that this is a spirit. This is a real spirit, my nigga. And these are real demonic forces looking for negativity, feeding off of people's negativity, bro. And if they can't get it, they'll make some shit up. They'll make some shit up. They'll make some shit up. You see the people that ain't got no pictures, they cowards. They got no pictures, and they say that everybody that ain't got no pictures in the room are talking shit. You see what I'm saying? Because they coward.
Yeah, let's not forget, this was not long ago, and we just need to reflect and see how gung-ho people were, you know, how people were really down and people was really like just really into it, like, you know what I'm saying, no matter what they say, they was really riding. Now I want to say, and the interview that Eliana did was pretty good. I know some people had issue with it. I know some people had issues with the interview, and they had a right to their opinion. They had a right to have issues. I thought a lot was learned from the interview. And I like how they were showing clips in between the questions. Like I heard the interview, but then I seen another video where when she responded, they would show a clip that would either confirm or show a different opinion of what she said. And I thought it was deep when they asked her, did she think she was recruited? And people remember that he said that she was the only one he ever recruited. And then they showed the video to prove it. Now that's what I call a receipt. Some people wouldn't know a receipt if it hit them in the face. If a receipt pissed and shit on them, they still wouldn't know what a receipt is. Put your phone up to the camera where people can't even read the text or see the image is not giving us anything. A matter of fact, no one who cannot read or comprehend or spell should be trying to show people receipts and claim that they have receipts. There's no way. So I just want to, what do you say? In my opinion, her mom reminds her of him. That's why they bump heads and all the time. Yeah, who knows? You're right, but there's a big story there that we don't know that may come out because they're living while alive. And you thought that also? That I think that when you're living while alive, you don't have any privacy. And people like me, I consider myself the YouTube paparazzi. You know, I'm the YouTube paparazzi. Let's go on to the next clip.
I got the $300,000. It's all gone now. I don't have no more to give. You can't join me unless you have something to offer me. Somebody gave me $300,000 and I gave it all back to those people. That everybody that came here, I took care of them. And I'm still taking care of the people here. Am I not?
Facts. That's a fact.
You guys are here, right?
Yep. Facts.
From day one, have you ever spent any dollar?
No.
How much money would you say I spent just on you since you've been here? If you had to tally up a number, just one person.
I don't even know.
Thousands on thousands.
A lot.
That's a lot
Thousands
of
on
money. I know
thousands.
that.
A lot of money.
So, Key, how much money did I spend?
300,000. 300,000. Like that.
300,000. I'm a clown. I'm a fucking clown, my nigga. People ask about joining Melanation and what it takes to join Melanation, to join.
Hold on, I gotta pause right here because the name of this short film is called 300,000, something like that. 300,000 Reasons or something like that. This comes from the Why You Tripping Off Me channel. All these video shorts come from Why You Tripping Off Me. But he talking all this crap, right? And he said he spent all the money, 300,000. But for those of you who never seen this before and don't know about this, they are out of gas. So bragging about having $300,000 and spending it all, and now you're stranded in South America with no gas. They had to send someone to get gas. And at this time, Velvet and Olmec were together. So in this clip, you're gonna see it's all. If you're not familiar with this, you're gonna be in for quite a surprise because the guy who offered them land in Costa Rica had a lot to say about him. So I did a back and forth edit job, and I try not to sway the footage either way. I like for people to explain themselves fully, and you can decide what you like, what you don't like, who maybe you're indifferent to the whole situation because people are slow and people are gullible, and shit happens to those kind of people. Or maybe you just maybe you support him but you don't like some of the bad stuff he does. Or maybe you could care less about the whole situation. Maybe you like the individuals that's involved. I don't know. I'm just putting the artwork out there for you to come up with your own conclusions. But you can obviously see that something is awry. Something is wrong with this guy. The hospital should have never let this guy out.
My tribe, like the tribe here, so-called tribe here. And, many people have said many things about me, and I don't seek to defend myself in any kind of way, but I do have some things I want to get off my heart from my perspective. I feel like I just want to talk about it on my page as far as joining me. As I sit here on the side of the road, my gas runs out. And so they're going up ahead to go get gas and get a gas can. I ran out of gas here. Got the squad in here. We in the van.
We telling everybody to leave Babylon and go to Costa Rica, and you don't even have a place for them to go, and they setting themselves up for failure because Costa Rica is real expensive. And I was like, and we got 90 acres. Why don't we just set them up there? They can get in tune, right? And he said it wasn't about them getting in tune. They got to do it by themselves, and that's it. Or his job is just to lead is to deliver the message.
Got the squad in here. We in the van.
Because you pissed away $300,000 that Key gave.
And I was actually talking to somebody, and a lot of people hit me up like, Reflection, you changed my life. And on this path, I've heard this 100,000 times. People come to me and they're like, oh my God. I want to tell y'all, I want to give y'all a secret of mine that I don't like to talk about, but I want to tell you about. Let me make sure it's charging. When I set out to do the right thing, I've always had knowledge and wisdom and knew what it took for us to be free. I haven't always known all the answers as when I got closer to the equator. I've learned more. As I experience helping people, I've learned more about giving and helping people and try how to effectively help people. You think that you just need to just help people, and that's what I've done. I want to let you know right now, reflection, and I'm embarrassed to say this because it's my fault. In 1 year, helping people, I've spent $300,000. I'm not playing. The people that you see talking about me online, I spent my money taking care of them. I bought them food. I gave them shelter. I bought them tents. I bought them everything that they asked for. Cell phones. Everybody here that stays with me, I take care of everybody. Nobody has a residual income here. I take care of everybody here. I took my money, my money that was given to me by Key outside. Somebody donated me about $300,000. And the journey that you've seen Melanation and the Ethereans on, I funded the whole thing. And right now I have no more money. No more. That $300,000 is gone. And when that money left, they left. And that's the secret nobody wants you to know.
Everybody that came there, you invited them. You said, yeah, you could come, and you gave him Key's money. And then you complain about they took this and they take that and they leave. Nigga, you ran everybody that was there out.
I have no reason to lie to you. And when that money left, they left. And that's the secret nobody wants you to know.
And then you complain about they took this and they take that and they leave. Nigga, you ran everybody that was there out.
I'm embarrassed because although my intent was good, I was foolish. For me, I need people I need music producers. Like Sid, I want to put my message into a music form, right? I have a studio. I have, Logics, the new Logics. I need an engineer that knows how to do Logics. You don't need money if you know how to do music, because that's what you have to give. You have to give engineering. And if you wanted to live a life like I'm living and you were an engineer that knew how to use Logic, then that would be beneficial to me. I would let you in my presence, and as long as me and you got along and the astrological energies, were compatible, I would let you come here without having, finances. That's not the only way you could be in my presence. But I'm just saying is this. A lot of people asking me to join me.
We telling everybody to leave Babylon and go to Costa Rica, and you don't even have a place for them to go, and they setting themselves up for failure because Costa Rica is real expensive.
So I got the $300,000. It's all gone now. I don't have no more to give. You can't join me unless you have something to offer me, like music. I have a band, a live band. I want people that know how to play instruments around me. I want people that know how to work that studio I got around me. Like, if you one of them people, then holler at me, because you got a residual income and you want to camp where I'm at, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I know Costa Rica. When you come to Costa Rica as the black community, this is my domain. Anybody gonna tell you that. Costa Rica is my domain. You come to Costa Rica, you gotta, Costa Rica, nature boy. Costa Rica, nature boy. This is my domain. You touch ground here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it go.
Did you hear that? He said Costa Rica is his domain. He said that about Palenque too. But Costa Rica kicked his ass. And it was all his fault. But he said he was very confident, sitting on the side of the road with no gas, that Costa Rica is his domain. And how many domains has he been kicked out of? I have lost count. And you said word on the street he can't go back? Well, I don't know. Didn't he leave half the crew in Puerto Rico? You know, I think as long as he got his passport, he could go back. I'm not sure. But yeah, this dude is confident. But you know, it's not that much stuff that they can do to keep him for a while. So it's going to take some time. You know, they investigated Z York for 10 years. They couldn't understand what they were saying because they had their own language. But even when it was all said and done, he did not get busted by the state laws. He got busted by the feds. And the feds don't have a bunch of little tiny charges like, you know, individual charges. The feds don't have charges for child, you know, tampering with children and stuff like that. They have broad stroke charges. They have huge umbrella charges like the Mann Act and the RICO Act. So once he blows through another $500,000, they'll and you know, and if he do anything stateside involving underage people or soliciting, you know, from one state to another, because there's a law going all the way back to Jack Johnson, and it's the I guess it's the Mann Act, and I could be wrong, and I can always stand to be corrected, but if the feds do come after him, they don't have charges for molestation or anything like that, but they can get you for moving somebody to another state in order to make money off of their body, like moving someone underage to another state in order to get money for their services. But he's dealing with adults, and then in the other countries, most of those countries, prostitution is legal even at a young age. But America has one law for Americans that America will enforce no matter where you are, and that's dealing with kids. You cannot do anything to kids in any country, even if it's legal in that country. And America do have agents and stuff that hang out in areas where kids are solicited, kids are rented, and stuff like that. But like I said, this guy is dealing with adults, and these adults would be who they are with or without him. People act like I'm not part of that group that thinks that one person can make another person do something. One person could instigate something, or somebody could instigate and stuff like that, but a person is going to do what they always wanted to do anyway. And people that are in cults are looking for people who think like them and understand them. They didn't come to him and got turned out. They were seeking for someone like him to be with. So it's hard to be a victim when you're in a group with like-minded individuals. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico? What's up, C. Wilson? And welcome to the show, Nate Brooks. Oshiyami, Dat 504. I didn't know you didn't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico. You do need this new type of ID that's like a passport. Matter of fact, I gotta go get mine. It's a traveling ID. Yeah, it's American territory. Okay. But there is a special new type of ID that they're giving you a deadline. I think they're giving you until this year to get it. And you can't get it unless you have your birth certificate or your passport. So it's U.S. territory. Okay. I had no idea that you can just pop back and forth to Puerto Rico like that. But so how would they keep him out of? I guess in customs they would check his ID and deny him. But right now that's just a rumor, right? That he can't go back. We got about what we got? One. How many did I play? Two. I played two, right? Oh, the real ID. That's what it's called. See, my chat room is smart. What up, dude? What up? What up? What up, though? Muffin Master in the building. How many movies did I play? Two or one? I mean, not one, but two or three. I played two. Okay, one. All right, we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 left. But this is going to be an ongoing series. I'm just keeping the show short. But when I come back, I'll be playing some more movie shorts that I produce. So I think we reached the point of the 3 shorts that I made called Not So Innocent Aya. So the next 3 videos is focused on Aya. I heard that there is a group that is... Oh, okay. There's a group working to keep him out. Wow. You know, being in places like Costa Rica or Puerto Rico, you're playing with fire. There was an American tourist that was kidnapped off the beach of Costa Rica, and he was cooked alive, just like in a Bugs Bunny cartoon. He was cooked alive by a gang that was going to commit a crime, but they wanted to make sure that the crime was successful. So they captured an American tourist, cooked him alive, and left his bones and everything. And then it's a ritual. Like everybody, some of these gangs have their own type of religion and rituals that they do that would scare the living daylights out of you. Imagine being in the pot, being cooked alive by a gang. You know what I'm saying? So, something happened to it. I'm sure in New Guinea, the tourist probably got his head shrunk. One of those guys is wearing the tourist's foot as a necklace. He's so focused on being here that they're working over there. CPS has been there to check. Oh, really? Poor little Jaumi, man. Wow. Look, man. I must say we have the most luxurious projects in the whole United States out here. Our projects got beautiful views, beautiful weather. There's free clinics near the projects. Public transportation is amazing. The churches are helpful. I'm telling you that there's no reason to live like that. You know what I'm saying? The public housing out here and the mixed income housing, I'm telling you, you would be shocked. Your chin would hit the floor. You said, you would say, this is the project. You know what I'm going to do? This week, I'm going to take pictures of the projects. I'm going to take pictures of the projects. You would not believe what the projects look like. And Section 8 housing. Oh, and then whenever they build a new building that have lofts and stuff, they have to give a certain amount of space, or they have to rent to a few people who are on Section 8 or low income. And I'm telling you, man, there's no reason to be sleeping on nobody's floor. There's no reason for 24 people to share one bathroom. There's just no reason to be out in a tent in somebody's backyard. If you're gonna do that shit, go all the way. Just go all the way. Don't halfway do it. Okay? Yeah, they don't play with children. That's what I'm saying. That all the other stuff they did, they're in another country, they're adults, the country's got their own laws or whatever, and boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. But when it comes to kids, you cannot touch foreign kids. If you're in the Philippines or Singapore, you cannot mess with kids out there if an American agent spots you and identifies you, that's the only law around the world that you could break. Other than that, you must abide by the laws of the country that you're in. And whatever they allow that doesn't involve kids, you can do it. That's the whole purpose of Amsterdam and all these other places like Ibiza and all these places. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? People keep pushing the issue of where Ja was. Well, they didn't want to put him in the front of the camera because he was looking, in the beginning, he was really looking wild. Just imagine, they want to take it back to the Stone Age where, you know what I'm saying? They want to take it back to the days when we was getting polio and stuff, and chicken pox and measles. I just don't get it. There's no such thing as the good old days. It was rough back then. The cover wagon days. I came to where I came by Fleetwood Cadillac. I didn't come by horse and carriage. So I was lucky to be born in my generation. But imagine, there's a trail, I think it's called the Donner Trail. Of course, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. It's a trail that goes through Nevada that you could go through Reno and Nevada on your way to California. But guess what? If you pick the wrong time to go through that trail, you're going to get stuck in the snow, and you got to wait for the snow to melt to continue your journey. And the reason why they call it the Donner Trail is because when they got stuck in the snow, they ate the pets first, they ate the animals, they ate the kids, then the adults, and the only person was left was the leader, Donner, and they named the trail after him. You see what I'm saying? England thing is, if a child looks away, call the services. Social services don't play. Yes. So let's play Not So Innocent Aya, part 1, part 2, part 3, and we'll be out. Okay?
Self-reflecting and realizing that whatever happens to you is not who you are. It's just making you to become a better person of who you are. My most happiest times was when I was homeless and being out with my friends or Babylon, what we're so called, because let's get it correct here, they were not really my friends because they were not really taking care of me. They were just using me. And that's what a lot of relationships are like in Babylon. And you have to realize what around you is healthy for you and what is not, and let go of that, because that will keep you in a space where you're going to stay vibrating in a negative way. When I was in Babylon, I got into a lot of trouble. Just not having any guidance and things like that. I was into prostitution, and I was naive. I even had a moment where there was a guy who put a fake check in my bank account and was negative like $10,000, and I was like, oh shit, that was crazy. But I come to terms with like all of that, and I never let those things rule over me. And you can see that by how I act and how it is that when you're around me that I don't let those hold a negative space. And I think that it's important for everyone to keep a healthy perspective, to be able to share their stories and their journeys, because everybody's journey is not the same. And a lot of times we get caught up with other people's lives to where we forget that we're living our own, and that we also too have things that happen to us. But we're so caught up with like, oh my gosh, she's on here saying that she did this and this and this, when we're forgetting that at the end of this lifetime, you're not gonna even be held accountable for what I did. You're going to be held accountable for what you did. And so what I did has nothing to do with you. I'm just here to help those who feel like they've done things in their life and they can't move past it.
Wow. That's your girl. You know what I'm saying? And she really thinks she's saying something profound. But, you know, I don't know what happened to her, you know. Like Lil Wayne would say, God bless her, baby. She don't know no better. She don't know no better. You know, she... But, you know, she has so much potential, you know. But, you know, she bragged about, you'll hear it, you know, she bragged about that her pimp was related to Freeway Rick Ross. She was proud of the fact that her pimp kind of had a crush on her and he didn't beat on her or force her to do drugs. So I guess that was a plus. But we have 2 more clips, and it's going to get more interesting. We're going to get into the mind state of Aya on this trip. But you know, look forward to the other movie documentary marathon, because I have a lot of these clips that I've made. What about the hey, what's up, Terran Heron? What about the second girl he met up with? I never saw her after the night they tried to go out. Who knows? Because a lot of people be off camera. Don't think that, you know, he has an entourage, but certain people are not allowed to be on camera. Basically, bottom bitch life always been fucked up. Well, he know that he has her loyalty, so he could treat her like whatever because he got her loyalty. It's the other people that he worried about. The one he let wear his jacket. I must have missed that. They tried to go to the club, but the club closed early. And don't be walking around that place like it's just all good. You know, that place got ghosts. It got ghosts and all kind of stuff. Don't think they don't have organized crime and all of that stuff. But he playing with fire. He already said he went to a ratchet reggae spot, a ratchet dance hall spot. And it's a good thing that he didn't stay too long, Because, whenever you go to certain places and you're an outsider, it's just a matter of time. You don't think somebody's going to be jealous that he has a female entourage and women all over him, and he think he popping. That's the hate starts right there. You know what I'm saying? The hate starts right there. And usually that person be the first to get shot, and you hear people going, "Come on, let's go. That ain't your nigga. You don't know that nigga, man. Let's go. We up. We out of here." So I think we got 2 more clips. That was Not So Innocent Aya. If you want to see it for yourself again, it's on Why You Tripping Off Me. And we still have part 2 and part 3. So we're going to roll that tape.
We have died already. Our lives, progressions of death, whom shall we fear? We, the strange fruit of Billy's moans, watched ourselves swing from trees. Watched them carve away the bone of our man. Sat passively in classes while they faggotized our minds. Hey, man. You have another day.
Better now? So yeah, somebody asked the question, did I have to do drugs? And no, I didn't have to do drugs. Like, he didn't, he wasn't that type of pimp. Like, for some reason, the universe kind of spared me a little bit with, like, even when I messed up. Because he did like me, so he wasn't that kind of pimp that, like, all those bad stories that you hear and stuff like that. He wasn't really like that. He didn't make me do drugs or anything like that. Now, he did have a lot of drugs around him, but I didn't feel the need to do it. Like, no, it's just like drugs. I don't want to even try it. So I just left it alone. Like, if he had drugs or money or whatever.
You said you was on Fig and not Manchester.
I was on Figueroa one time, and I was in Orange County on Beach Boulevard. Yep, so Figueroa was over
I said you've been through a lot. You definitely deserve peace.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about having sex with other men a lot?
I didn't like it, but I saw it as like a business. Like, my mind had saw it as like a business. So when I did have, like, well, what you would call, like, clients and stuff, I made it like a business. Like, I had a timer and everything. Like, I had rules, and I was like, yo, this is the time you get, that's it, you out of here. And then, so, like, that was it. And sometimes people would call that didn't even want you to do nothing. Like, I had somebody call me, they paid me like $200 just to kick them in the balls. And I was kicking them in the balls, and he was like, harder. And I was like, I kicked him again. He was like, harder. I kicked him again. He was like, harder. And I was like, this motherfucker want me to. Okay, so I backed up and I just like kicked him really hard. He was like, and I was like, okay, that's it. He was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that was weird, but that was really easy. So I was like, okay, get my money so I can go. Baby, my money so I can go.
That nigga said, ooh, yeah, that's it, like, right there, baby.
What kind of shit is that? I never heard of nothing like that before. And he was like,
well, that was interesting. She didn't. Earlier, she said that her best moments was when she was homeless, the best time of her life. And then she's telling stories of prostituting, but she's telling these stories as if it's just a normal job working at Jack in the Box. It's just another day on the job. She told another story of she was walking down the street and she ran into a Mexican guy, and he didn't speak English, so she didn't know what to do, and he started pointing at her vagina, I guess, and then she was like, they were making hand gestures, like she like put her finger through, made the circle with one hand and and put the finger through the hole, and he was like, see. So they didn't have time to get a room or anything, so they ducked in the alley, and she let him hit it by a garbage can or something in the alley, and got a quickie and got paid. And none of these stories was tragic to her. They were just like the story about her having to kick the guy in the nuts. She thought the quickie with the Mexican was a funny story too. You know what I'm saying? Queen Ops the same way. Yeah, we could talk about her too next time. I think Tashina had surgery yesterday. Well, I know that her friend's supposed to be pregnant. I don't know. I don't believe it. If I'm so ready to be pimped was a person. Oh, yes, indeed. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully she gets the money up front. Oh, she did tell a story about somebody coming up short or something, and the guy had to come and handle business. So, certain parts of LA is like there's a glass dome, and they don't really know a world outside. There's like a square area on the map that's probably 8 miles by 3 miles square. So I guess you could say 21 miles square. And they don't know life outside of that. You know what I'm saying? So here's the grand finale of today's documentary marathon. People talk about how Nature Boy love bombed his women, to bring him deeper into his control. So you're going to see an example of Nature Boy love bombing Aya, and he's going to get the assistant of Malia, and they don't know what to do. They just want to please him, and digging in their nose, scratching and itching. Malia start kissing on Aya. It's just a whole total mess. So after seeing what we seen thus far and knowing what we know today, this particular clip is very interesting because deviates will have casualties because of their lifestyle. Deviates of society will do things that sometimes they will injure themselves and injures others. So you have to ask yourself, is somebody really a victim? Is somebody really imposing their power or doing someone wrong? Or are these birds of a feather who flock together, who found each other, and what they do to each other, they will do to someone else? I don't know that lady name, but she said the place by the bridge where Aya used to trick. Okay. Well, welcome the people that's in the background just watching. This is a documentary movie marathon. There will be another one coming soon. Thank you for showing up and showing out. And if you missed any of this, please, watch the playback. Save it to your save setting because the video has to process and you might not be able to find it. So you got to look for it in your history and look and make sure you try to save it because it's going to take a while to process. I promise that I bring great content, great sound quality, and great visuals, so you can make your own decision of what you see and how you feel about the situation. So this is going to be Nature Boy love bombing Aya with Malia's assistant. In LA, not always safe to roam out of your 21-mile radius. That's true because if the police catch you they're going to pull you over. There is a red line district in LA. They call it Central, South Central. It's a rectangular shape. And I think I described it to a T. I used to live on West 60th Place and Budlong, near Gage and Normandy, near Gage and Vermont, not too far from 67th and Normandy, where that truck driver got beat up, but I wasn't living there at the time. So yeah, I went to John Muir Junior High. I went to Crozier. I went to Hyde Park Elementary. So I'm very familiar with Los Angeles. So anybody that's new here that haven't had a chance to check out one of his lordship late night shows, welcome to the show. I'm really not the boogeyman. I am not the monster that they say I am.
Have y'all met Aya? Y'all haven't met Aya before, have you?
Have y'all met me before?
I don't think we met you before. Hello.
Hello.
I don't think they met Aya before.
Oh, I was thinking that when I get my long hair, gonna get a name change.
You can get a name change?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who did your hair? This nice. I like your little...
Shouts out to my chief.
Your chief?
Yep.
Your chief did your hair? Yep. That nigga got skills. He do everything.
Yeah, he got skills.
He do video shoots.
Good. He sing.
He sing. He got the knowledge.
Oh my gosh.
He be dropping that D on him. He got 5 wives. He live in the jungle. This man do everything. He do photo shoots. He's a god. And guess what? He come from nothing. And he doing it, and he ain't sell it. So yeah, he do a lot of things. He got all these beautiful women.
Yep.
Come here, Malia. R. Kelly ass motherfucker. That's right, nigga. That's right.
Mama Leah.
Look at y'all.
Yeah. Piece of flesh.
I don't know.
You know what I gotta go get? One of them floss things I have in that drawer. These is good though.
What up, Jamie?
Yeah.
Man, I love chilling with y'all. Damn, are you looking like a model, girl? Damn.
Give me a kiss. Oh, so sweet.
You looking like a whole thing. You watch. You looking like a whole thing. Looking like a whole thing, Aya. You looking like a whole thing, Aya. You should have called you. You looking like a whole thing, baby. Baby, you looking like a whole thing.
I'm grateful.
You looking like a whole thing.
You got the vision.
Huh?
You got the vision.
You looking like a whole thing. Ouch. Come here for a minute. Walk to me. Walk that way for me. Just. Come to me.
Yeah.
Come here. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. 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 Damn. Damn. Damn, you make me want to go like that. You make me want to hold your hand.
Oh, yay.
You make me want to hold your hand. You're so beautiful. You go right with this mountain. Yeah, you go right with this mountain. Oh, girl. Powerful.
Well, that about wraps it up. I got to get back in the studio and finish working on these projects. I got about 8 projects to work on, and I just wanted to share that with you. We'll do this again tomorrow with the rest of the clips. I have a lot of shorts that I've made. You know, maybe we may have missed something. Maybe things make more sense now, or some things don't make any sense at all because there's been a timeline. And look where we are today with this whole carbonation code thing, you know. So I'm going to play my outro. Thanks for dropping by. Make sure you catch the beginning. It's some great music at the beginning from Tokyo Down Records. Great artists from Chicago at the beginning of the there's one black group from England, but the other 2 artists are from Chicago at the beginning of the show before the film start. I appreciate everyone coming through. I haven't been live because I bought new equipment and stuff. I've been learning that and learning how to use it because I'm going to continue to bring you more better broadcasting, smart broadcasting, and make everyone a part of the collective. So here's my tribute to the Bionic Man. I know some of you people may not remember that show, but for you older people, there used to be a show called the Bionic Man, and here's my tribute to that show. And peace and hair grease. His Lordship, man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first Ebonic man. His Lordship will be that man. Better